Cobre, the first ride, Bluebonnet Equine Challenge, fall of 2022. Here I am getting her ready for that first ride with me. Now I know she has been ridden before, but this is the first time that I'm going to get on her. So I'm just going through all the steps that I've done before and shown her before as far as saddling her up and getting her ready. And we're planning on going and taking her out to a little round pen so that we can ride her for the first time here in a safe, controlled space. Just getting her ready, getting the stirrup situated, getting the saddle situated on her back, and then I'm going to head over to the other side to go ahead and tighten up that cinch. Before I go to get on her, took her out to the round pen and did some lunging with her. Spent a good amount of time getting her to change speeds, change directions, getting her just kind of listening and thinking and alert and paying attention to what I'm telling her to do before we take that next step and go get on her back. Taking the mounting block and Cobre to the center of the round pen so that we can go ahead and get on. Previously, before this, I have stood next to her while standing on a mounting block so that she can get used to somebody being above her head. Didn't seem to mind this. Messed with the stirrups, patted her on both sides from the mounting block. She did really well for that. Leaned on her some. Didn't seem to faze her. She stood there and did really well for it. So after lunging her, decided today was the day to go ahead and get on her. So put some weight in the stirrup, and as you can see, didn't quite go as planned. She started to walk away. So I immediately bent her head around and used that lateral flexion that I had taught her to get her to stop walking forward, then was able to get on her. Now I know that she has been ridden in the past. I know that she was owned by a kids camp, and I know that she has been ridden by her previous foster home. So we were just kind of trying to feel her out, see what she knew, see what she didn't know, see what some things are we could work on. Definitely at a walk, she did amazing. She definitely, knew how a little bit about steering, knew, kind of what that meant when I moved my rein out to the side, knew that I wanted her to turn, and did really well. One thing in this video, watching it, that I wish that I could change, my reins are slightly uneven. I do fix this later on, but I did just want to make note that I am aware of that, and definitely corrected it a little bit later. But she did really well as far as getting her to turn, walking around. She did very, very well. Here coming up is one of the first times I asked her to stop. Put kind of all my weight back in the saddle and leaned back, and as you can see, she came to a stop wonderfully. Didn't quite hold that stop for very long. We're working on that. That's something that we're going to build up, just kind of maintaining that stop until asked to move forward. But she did come to a stop very, very well without hardly any pressure on the reins, just by my seat alone, which is fantastic. At a walk, she did so well. Did really, really well. Here I decided to try and see if she understands what neck reining is. And she does. She definitely knows that laying that rein across the opposite neck is telling her to turn the opposite direction. She understands what that means at the walk and does very well with that. Definitely, which is fantastic. That's definitely, something that she understands. She's been taught before. She knows how to do that and what that means. And again, bringing her to a stop, just barely had to touch those reins. Here's the first time that I asked her to trot. So I gave a little squeeze with both of my legs, and she went right into a trot. We trotted for about a quarter of the round pen. You can see she is motioning towards my legs as if in protest. I asked her again and went into a little trot again. However, right there, she decided she was going to pop up on her front end. And then she started kicking out with her back end. Again, kind of protesting what was going on as far as me, applying pressure to her sides, as far as asking her to go forward into the trot. I think really a lot of that just stems from experience. She just doesn't necessarily know what it means when I ask her, and she's just feeling that pressure against her sides. I think a lot of it is just, her not understanding and not necessarily knowing what I want her to do and being a little uncertain about me, applying some more pressure to her sides. We've continued to work on this. What I'm trying to do here is basically just keep her feet moving forward, because it's when she comes to a stop that she kind of pops up on the front end and kicks out. And that right there was the last time this ride that she tried that. She then did pretty well after this. Was able to get her moving forward again, get her past that little episode of kicking out and popping up on her front legs. Got her walking around, and was just really focusing on getting her moving forward again. I really want to equate, a little squeeze with the feet with moving forward. That is ultimately the signal that we want her to understand. And then right here, I got her back into the little trot, and she did really well. Gave her a little scratch on her neck to reward her, telling her that's what I wanted to do and that she was good. And that's really how we ended the first ride. A little bit of an attitude, a little bit of an issue there when we were trotting, but got her through it and was able to get some good successful little trot steps after that. So, we're making small steps, small progress. That's what we're looking for. Very small baby steps. It's gonna take a little while. Gonna take some work and some practice, and we'll get there. We're just looking for little baby steps at a time.